Welcome to the official Pocket Knicks poker vlog. Today we're going to be covering a session I did down in South Florida at the Dania Beach Casino. We're going to be playing 1-2 no limit. This is kind of the first episode, so some of the camera work is a little shoddy, and over the time when I drop more episodes, it should be better. For the first hand of the day, I look down at pocket nines. I'm in the hijack. I got a couple of limpers in front of me. I opened it to 12. Just want to get a feel for the table. I kind of just sat down and just haven't seen too much action from anybody. I get two callers, and the flop ends up coming 10 deuce 10 rainbow. Both callers check to me. I see bet for 12. If I get raised, it's an easy fold because somebody's just always going to have trips or be holding the other 10 or an overpair to the board. But only the small blind calls and the turn is a blank. He checks to me. I try to go a little bigger with 17, and he ends up folding, and we take down the first pot of the night. Next hand we're going to look at, I got King Jack offsuit in the under the gun. We got a new filming position. That last table was kind of weak. But I'm under the gun with King Jack offsuit. I open to 12 and get two callers. And the flop ends up coming Jack 7-3 rainbow. The small blind is going to check to me. With top pair, second best kicker, I get a little greedy and I bump it up to 15. Under the gun +1 folds and the small blind folds, and we kind of just take this pot down uncontested. A few hands later, I'm in under the gun +1 with Queen 10 offsuit. This is probably the bottom of my opening range, but it hasn't been too much 3-betting going on. So I feel okay with opening right here. I open to 12 and get two callers. The flop ends up coming Jack 5-3 monotone, and it ends up checking through. Like I check, low jack check, and the small blind check. What I didn't realize is the low jack is short stack. The turn is the 9 of diamonds, and it improves us to a gut shot. So I bet out for 11. The low jack calls, and small blind ends up folding. The river is going to be the 6 of clubs, so we kind of got there, but the ace of clubs isn't accounted for, nor is the king of clubs. So I don't really feel comfortable, but like I said, the low jack is short stack, and he got about like $25 left, so he's probably going to end up shoving, which he does. I checked to him on the river, and he didn't even show, as a matter of fact. I showed a 10 high flush, and we end up taking it down. Next hand we're going to look at, I'm on the button with ace jack offsuit. The middle position opens to $7. The low jack calls. I call. You can mix in some 3-betting here if you want to play overly aggressive, or if you're just playing a 3-bet or fold strategy. But we go to a flop of Jack 7 deuce rainbow. It checks to me. I bet for 12. And the middle position folds. Low jack calls. The turn is going to be the 5 of hearts, excuse me. It goes check, check. I should 100% be betting the turn card right there because the river ends up being the 10 of spades, and it only 8-9 is beating me right now, but he ends up betting for 25, and I call, and we win. Either this hand or the last hand that I'll go over is the hand of the night. Y'all let me know in the comments. But I'm in the small blind with ace-6 of hearts. The middle position is going to limp, and the low jack makes it 5. It folds to me. I'm a 3-bet this, knowing that I got to check because I'm out of position. So I 3-bet to 25. The initial limper calls, and we get folds from everybody else, so we're heads up right now. The flop couldn't come any better. The flop comes 3 king 5, all hearts. So I flop the nuts. I check to try to give him some rope, but he just checks back. The turn is going to end up being the 8 of diamonds, and I reach to grab chips and make it 35. He immediately raises me. I can't get my chips in the middle fast enough. I'm assuming he has a set here or an overpair like pocket aces, but as you can see, you get a shot of the ceiling right there. But he's asking me whether to go once or twice. I don't normally play with none of these dudes, so I tell him twice out of courtesy. Probably a bad idea, but both runouts end up coming clean in the 10 of clubs and the 10 of diamonds, and we are going to take down a nice size pot and double up right here. The last hand, we're going to look down at ace 10 offsuit in the big blind. Under the gun +1 is going to make it 5. I'm going to flat. You could bump it up, but ace 10 just doesn't play well out of position like this. The under the gun is going to end up calling, and we go 3 ways. The flop is going to come 5, 7, 10, 2 spades. Top pair, best kicker. I bet for 5. Under the gun folds, and I immediately get raised to 25. So I call immediately. The turn brings the 10 of diamonds, so I make trips. I check to, just show a little bit of weakness. And he bets 35, and I shove for about like 350. Again, my camera falls, and it falls on the felt this time, so you're not even going to be able to see anything. But the turn, or the river, ends up being the 10 of diamonds, and I make quads and a $300 high hand bonus. So he flips over the queen of spades, though, so I was confused on what kind of maybe he was on a spade draw. I think he ended up telling me he was on a spade draw, but who knows who he was really on. You never know with these 1-2 players. But we played for about like 30 more minutes trying to hit the $600 high hand. I think at the high point we were at like 800 or 825 or somewhere around there. So we ended up blowing off $100 and racking up, and I think we were in for 250, out for 716. So overall, a good session, good recording session. In the future, you're going to see more hands being broken down, a lot better camera work. So yeah, stay tuned.